Hi, Deb here. Step Happy Sewing. So for today's Friday sews, I'm going to do the reveal of my Frugal Frocks challenge dress. I have put the dress up on Instagram. I have also been watching everybody else's makes, Frugal Frocks. Amazing, just amazing. So many ideas, so much creativity, such a great sense of community, and so sustainable. Not spending money, using what we have. Got to support all of that, all of those things. Thanks to Rowan and Sam from Frugalissima and the Yorkshire Sew Girl for running the challenge. Now, about my dress. My dress was the Retro Revival dress, which I will put there. And I was keen on this dress. I liked the look of it. It was one of those things that isn't what I usually wear, but I decided to go a little out of my comfort zone. I kept looking at it and thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a go. And then I went even a little more out of my comfort zone and I made it in red. Remember, I was like, oh, not sure. I have kind of avoided wearing red most of my life. Because I had very red hair when I was younger, but I don't have red hair anymore. I have brown hair. In fact, really, I have kind of whitey, greyy hair. But thanks to Clairol, I have brown hair right now. So what about this dress? This dress, yes, interesting. I got it from the Love Sewing website. It was obviously free. It printed out fine, but it had no instructions with it and no measurements. I looked, it did say on the pattern though that the biggest size was size 20. That often happens to me, that I make the biggest size of a normal range pattern, normal being what has always been thought of as normal. I think clothing designers have now got out of that mindset. But the biggest size was size 20. And I looked at it and thought, oh, no measurements, what am I going to do? And anyone who watches my channel knows that I have got a bit of an awkward figure in that I've got a very large bust, and I was a bit worried that this was not going to work for me. So I had to go and do something I haven't ever really done before, but always should do, which is measure the pattern. And I measured the pattern, and strangely enough, the bust was fine. It was big enough, and of course because it's got a dolman sleeve, which I wasn't sure, I didn't know that when I looked at the picture, but it's got a dolman sleeve. You know, the beauty of a dolman sleeve is it does give you that little extra bit of space there, which, you know, if you've got a big bust can actually sometimes make the difference. So yeah, and I even measured the bust apex. I didn't even need to lower that for size 20. So basically, I think I made the top of it pretty much as it was. As you can see, I printed it out on green paper. I always print my patterns out on whatever I can find to hand, and I happen to have this bit of green paper that I've never used, so I used it. So where is the front? Oh yeah, here it is. So here's the top. So yeah, didn't make any changes whatsoever, just drew the darts in a bit more. I did, however, notice that at the waist, oh yeah, I did add a little bit to the bust here. I did add a little bit, I note there, to the bust. That was basically because the waist needed some extra. The waist was going to be a bit of a problem here, so I added another inch there to the waist, and I also added an inch. Whoops! I also added an inch here to the skirt as well. Now the skirt, I got a bit confused with the skirt. This is the trouble when you don't have any instructions. It does actually have pockets, which I didn't quite cop onto straight away, and then when I looked back at the picture I thought, oh yeah, actually the pockets are nice. But anyway, I left the pockets out, because I often do, although I probably, if I make this dress again, I'll definitely make the pockets. But the problem was I didn't have enough material left, because by the time I cut it out, this is what I had left, just a tiny little pile. So I got the whole dress out of 2.3 meters of fabric that I bought for $6 in a charity shop. So not bad, eh? Not bad at all. And it's got a kind of, you probably can't tell, but it's got a kind of a slight sort of suede finish to it. It's very light, but it has a suede finish. So what else could I say about the pattern? I did make the waist a little bit bigger. When I made it up, the neck facing goes to about there. I'll just show you. Look, it stops before the waist. I don't understand that. So what I will do in the future is make that neck facing go right into the waistband. Just lengthen it a little bit. Yeah, and I will make it with pockets next time. The other thing that was a little bit... when I made it, I had been eating a lot of carbohydrates and I was feeling quite swollen, and I was like, oh, I don't know if the hips are big enough for me. Hips, you know, as you can see, I've got a sort of busty figure, quite thick in the middle, but I'm not generally, I've got a tummy, not big hips. And I've found that, you know, I thought it was possibly a little snug on my hips. However, I've tried it on since, and it feels okay. It feels fine, especially when I'm wearing a slip. I think part of it was kind of sticking to my nicks. So my plan though is to wear this in winter time as a winter dress with either a black jacket or cardi, black tights, black boots, and possibly I'm envisioning, whether I'll have the courage to do it, a little black beret as well. I just think it has that sort of 1940s vibe, and I want to bring that to the fore. Anyway, so I'll stop waffling now, and I will show you some footage of me wearing this retro revival dress. As you can see, I'm very happy with the dress. I think it's come out pretty nice. Remains to be seen how much I wear it. I'm having to undergo a bit of a mind shift about wearing dresses. Now that since I've been sewing, I've made a few dresses. They look very nice. Objectively, I know they're nice, but I'm still a bit of a trousers wearer. So I think what I need to do is to shift that mindset and to just go and choose the dress and put it on, because when I pushed myself to do that, I felt great. I've put it on and I felt great. Yes, we should wear what we feel comfortable in, but sometimes what we feel comfortable in, we've imposed limitations on ourselves that don't really need to be there. We've just become like in a bit of a straitjacket of what we think we can wear. All right, so that's me for today. I am going away for Easter, so that is going to be my Friday sews. I've got quite a lot. I will have a lot to talk about next Friday though, and in the meantime, have a look at all the other Frugal frocks. Thank you again to Rowan and Sam, and see you next week. And have a wonderful Easter, by the way.